Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Joseph Fritzner. I am from Haiti. I used to live in Haiti. I'm 32 years old. Now I'm used to living in Ecuador. Okay, so I'm an English student. I study at UTPL, and I love music because it's so real for me. Okay, it's good for me too. And then today I'm going to talk about an interesting topic. Music, and especially rap music. Okay, rap music started in New York City in 70s. Okay, young African American people, okay, started rap music. They play rap music at a party, for instance, okay, because people didn't have any money, no job, okay, to go to club, okay, and like this, rap music become popular all over the country because they play all over the country every day, okay, they translate their problem, okay, of the community. And then many people say so rap music is way for dancing, it's a great way because the rappers didn't use any music instrument, okay. Some rappers use jump matching for the rhythm, like this. So many people love rap music, especially the young people, okay. They say rap music is didn't have any melodies, okay, is so weird for dancing. And then in 70s, young American and African people were very angry about the problem of the community, about the problem of their cities, and then they started to write song about the problem. And then they wanted the people to know the problem. Okay, they describe the problem. They try to show the feeling how they felt about the problem of the community, about the problem of their life, and then they started to write song about it. And rap changed in the 80s with our young African and American people, especially Tupac. Okay, they were very angry about the problem. Okay, they wrote song about that. For example, Tupac wrote song about the gangs and drugs. Okay, the bad thing. But even though he wrote song about those things, he never said those things are good or bad. He talked about them, he wrote about them because they were in his life. Okay? For example, he wrote a song called Gangsta Rap. And Gangsta Rap, he talked only about the gangs, about the bad thing of the community, about the drugs, okay? And like this, some parents say that so rap music is bad because the words in rap music were very bad, okay, because the rappers use that in a bad way. But even though some people didn't love rap music, Tupac didn't stop, okay. He keep on to talk about the problem. He keep on to write song about the problem because he wanted people know that, okay. Especially he wrote about his life, about the rapper's life, and the problem of the community. And then other he said that so I know I'm going to die I'm going to die young, okay. He knew it because he died in 1997 when he was 25 years old. But his song is still popular today. His song is alive today because young African and American people love him. They say that Tupac wrote about our problem too, about the problem of our life. Okay, we must keep on writing about that. So they copy them and then they translate them in another way. Okay, so a day in a radio station, and then Elias invite King Cool to interview him about rap music. Okay, King Cool said that rap music is so real because, but many people think it's too real because rap didn't have any melodies. Rappers didn't use any music instrument, and then they use drum machine for help them. and he said Tupac is the best rappers of the world. Um, for example, he said that Tupac is a good rapper, even though he used bad thing. Even though he talk about drug, about gangs, only he wrote about them because they were in his life. Okay, and that way, so many people understand this kind of thing. But there isn't only bad thing about rapper music, because there are many kind of rappers music. For example, Kanye West talk about the good thing, and then in that way, teachers use rappers music, rap music, especially for their children, because they say rap music help them to remember and to remember more and learn more, because young people, love rap music. And are they a principal in Washington City, invite two person to interview them about the rap music. They give many kind of opinion about that. Some parents says that so rap music is good because it didn't have any music instrument, and the rappers didn't use any music instrument, the rap didn't have any melodies. And his point of view says, for example, is good for listening to. They leave the children listen to rap music. In another part, the other group of parents, or we didn't leave the children to listen to, because they say the rappers use bad things. They talk about gangs, they talk about drugs, they talk about sex, and then they say those things are bad for their children. And for example, in that way, the principal say that. So I never know why some parents say rap music is bad, because they have many kind of music, especially Kanye West talk about the good thing. And then so for keep on this topic, I'm going to talk about another kind of music, because as we know, there have many kind of music. We have reggae music, we have classical music, we have bands, we have compa, we have salsa, and then I'm going to talk about the compa, especially from my country. I mean Haiti. For example, in Haiti, we have a band called Sweet Music, and then Sweet Mickey talk about the problem of Haitian people. Each week, and then they invite the people. They have party at street, and then and this way, for example, they invite the people to know the problem, and then many people say that, so it's a good way. For example, music is good for them. In another part, we have another group called Barricade Group, and then the Barricade Group talk about the problem of, especially Cité Soleil. We have a city called Cité Soleil in Haiti, and then for example, the people who live there so were very bad. They use drugs. They talk about gangs, and then in the same way, like Tupac, so the Barricade crew talk about the gangs. And then they don't talk about them because they say it's good or bad. Only they invite the people to change the way of living, and then they use music to communicate with the people, especially with young people there. So many kind of music. So I can stop talking about music. For example, if you talk about reggae music, for example, in Jamaica, for example, with Lucky Dube, with Bob Marley, Lucky Dube become popular all over the country, in the world, all over the world. For example, Lucky Dube is dead, but his song were is alive today, because people use. For example, in my case, I use Lucky Dube music. I really love his music. For example, when I feel sad, I'm just listening for Lucky Dube music, and especially Bob Marley too. For example, Bob Marley talk in a good way. For example, he let some people know what he talking about because he talks slowly and clearly. For example, I invite you, my classmate, to listen to Bob Marley music if you want to improve your English. For example, he talk in a good way. Even though he dead, their music, okay, I mean Bob Marley and Wiggle and Lucky Dube and Jamaica, for example, the Jamaican people keep on listening to their music even though they died. Even though in Ecuador, for example, in some part in Ecuador, I see people listen to reggae music, rap music, and salsa. For example, in Dominican Republic, okay, people dance salsa in a good way. So I loved it. So I love that too. They talk about the problem too. If you wanna be popular, and then if you wanna be famous, you can be famous or popular through music, because music is the good way to become popular. For example, if you talk about the Shakira in Colombia, for example, she become popular with music, and especially in US, okay, in New York City. If you talk about the Michael Jackson, okay, when Michael Jackson died, for example, in my country, people cry. They say, so we lost a good tool, because Michael Jackson use music in other ways, in a special way, for himself, because he has a way, especially a ways to dance, to move his body like this, like that, and the way he talked to, for example, people really love him too. If we talk about, especially in Haiti, we have a brother Wyclef Jean. Wyclef Jean didn't live in Haiti. He lives in New York City, but when he wanna talk with the people in Cité Soleil and EHPAD in Haiti, he used music. For example, he wrote a song called, for example, "My people in Cité Soleil, I'm talk with you. We must change. We must change Haiti, because we all youngs, we to put our hands together. For example, to develop our country." And then, even though he lives in US, okay, and I mean New York City, he talks with young people in Haiti. And so I think is good for me to talk about music. For people who gonna see my video, let me tell you, so I'm talking about music because I love music, okay. People use music in everything, at a party, at a birthday, at church, at school, in every way. For example, music is good for all people all over the world. So that's my point of view and about music, and especially about rap music, because I talk about rap music because the rappers talk about the story of the life, okay, the community, and many things, because they tell for so people didn't need any money for dancing that, okay. They try to dance rap music at street, okay, because many rappers come from neighborhood. Okay, that's all about the topic, all in all. So I love music, I love rap music, and I love UTPLs. Go up. Bye bye.